Okay, hello everybody, and one more time we see in another series of the video. In this section, the module number 4 of the course, we're going to talk about the data visualization and business intelligence. So in fact, we will try to just demonstrate all the things on the two different platforms. The first of all, on Excel, go through for the pivot table and also for the dashboard creation. Also, we do it for another one on the platform of the tablet. This will be for the later chapters of this section. So first of all, we say about the agenda of the today when we talk about the interactive dashboard on Excel. So I'm going to provide you some kinds of example of the dashboard and how they look like and how they can be used and updated. How we can create the pivot table and pivot chart. We can also format it and try to just demonstrate and prepare it up to your preference. You can design and assemble the dashboard by yourself based on your preference and also the requirement of your organization. We can add also the slicer and the timeline for the dashboard to increase for the effectiveness of that. And finally, how we can update the data when we have the new data update and collect this, and how it can go into interactive dashboard display. Alright, so I give the example, and actually that's will be what we aim to do with the touches of today. So we try to create for a sales dashboard update for most of the case about all the data about the sales by managers, store, the kind of that. We also see this in the later very soon when we go into the real data. But however, this is interactive dashboard, and it does mean this can show out most of the main KPI of your department, and you can use it to just demonstrate about all the performance and also all the data of your department or organization require in just very short time. And you can also update the data. So that means in case like most of the case you do with the new data update, you have to do individually and also manually to update for the data and update for all the kind of like chart, graph, and also for the table. But however, with the interactive dashboard, when you update the data, it's automatically update all the things belong to that. So that's enough for talking, and we go directly into the data file. So in the module number 4, you can easily download for the interactive dashboard XLXX. Alright, so after you download it already, if you open it on, okay, so this will be your data. And with this what kinds of data is most okay when we have to take a look and see what exactly they will be. So the data concept will be all the thing about let's see, we have up to 21,575 observation, okay, and we also have the data about different 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 different attributes or fields, column, or what you say like will be variable, right? You provide information about the month of the sales, where the store make the sale, where that town will be the store code, country, of course here it would be like UK, manager, who would be the manager of the store, and also categories of the thing you sell, and how would be the revenue you sell for. So that should be main thing we wanted to talk about today. And like I already showed you, right, actually this is just a screenshot, but that provides you about information how you will have to deal with this dashboard and how we can try to create it out. Okay,
so now I have my data in a table.
Okay, so after we already had opened the data, let's go and try to just make the dashboard. First of all, to just make everything simplify, okay, I already make the data has been already clean, so this means we have no problem of the data and the thing will be very clear. Okay, so first of all, to do that, when I try to create for the dashboard, the thing I recommend you guys before, when we have done before in the previous class of data cleaning, right, we have to clean the data, but I make it for you already, so don't worry about that one. Now let's just do and try to just create for the format at the table. Actually, you will see later what you have to do for the format of the table. That's how for your table become more interactive. When you update for the new data and put into the table, that will be automatically update in the dashboard, and that will be the main reason why. So okay, so I will just choose here for this format, and it doesn't matter what types of it will be. So I selected this one, and they will select for all the table, and they ask for me, and I say yes, okay. I got it all. And over here, right, you see also for some kind of drop for the selection. For country, just have a one only, UK. For the manager, there are a lot of them. Okay, categories, yeah, also a lot of, but not too much. You can see like this one. We say about stock code, yeah, that's really a lot. And also for the tile, that's really a lot. And the store, so only for store we just have a two different store. That's going to be the main competitor, right? The compute text and the micro word, and that should be all, right? So now when the data has been already created for into the table, now I will try to name it. Okay, so I would say there's going to be the cell data. Okay, because it's the data about cell, right? And it's automatically drop out like the data I require. Okay, now the time for me to just, I want to create for a dashboard like this, right? So look us over here. We need some kinds of information. For example, we have to create for the chart for the cell of the store, the cell of the managers, the cell of the categories, and this one will be the cell of based on what the month. Okay, so that will be what we're going to do next. Okay, so let's go and start for creating for different chart, right? First of all, we should start with the pie chart of the cell of the store. To do that, we will try to use this data, the table, by create the pivot table. So how we can do it? We have tried before in the previous chapter, update the cleaning, right? But in this class, we do it further. So we first of all, in the home ribbon, we click on the insert ribbon, and we see that right in the very top left, right, we see the pivot table, and we click on pivot table. Okay, so now we create for the new worksheet, and they will ask us like what will be the table we select for. Of course, this will be all the table I want to have, and I create for okay. So this will be the new one. This is original data. This will be the new chart for the graph. Okay, so I would just drop it here, and I will change the name of that one to be the sell by store. Okay, because I want to see about the sell by store based on how many percent or how many of all the sales that's made on the computer, and how about the make up the micro words. So, okay, so some of students can feel like a little bit confusing at first when we see about the pivot table, but actually they very quite easy to understand and straightforward. So for example, if you score for so if you score for the store, right, that's a kind of like the criterion of selection. So if we drop it here for column, you can see like the two main of them will be like compute text or micro words. That will be the name of two different one. Some students saying like that will be more comfortable for them to just demonstrate all the thing like vertically, but I prefer to put them into horizontally, so I refer them to put into round. Okay, so raw would be like compute text and micro word, and would be the name of the main thing other. Okay, so the second thing I drop for the cell, okay, into the values area, and you can see the sum of the cell. Okay, and that look very good now. Okay, so you can see like the compute text and the micro words that has been already been demonstrated here. But however, because there are too many of the number here, I feel it's not comfortable. And also for the cell, right, it should be actually put into the currency's symbol, right? So I right click on this one, and I go into like market field setting. Really very important. Okay, so first of all, you go into the sum, because it's already here. We want to see all the cell of the compute text, right, over the year, and also for micro words. So sum will be 5, and then we click on the number format. With here you can feel like, oh, it's super very kind of like popular and also familiar, and I recommend you to do just in like currencies. Symbol, it should not be just symbol like this way, right? Because if not $sign, the original data will be nominated in the British pound, right? So we try to just find for the British pound, and this will be the English. Let's see if we can find it. So it should be English, right? English, or I'm not sure if I can find it or not. So let's see about the English. So we can find it over here, right? Yeah, it's really very hard to see. Okay, here, English and in British pound, right? English United Kingdom, and you click OK. Oh, also for the decimal place, I don't want to have the decimal place because that like some cent could be not important, right? So I would just put it into their absolute value, and I say OK and click OK, and this will be this. So Computech, they make about like 10.3 million, right? And about Microwork in total, they make like 4.7 million. Right. Okay, so the data has been already here. Now the time for us to try to create for the chart like this, right? The pie chart. So let's go into the data, and then remember, when you click into the table of the pivot table, you will have two options. Under the tool here, design, analyze. So here I will click on the ribbon analyze, and they will show us the pivot chart. So I believe that here I want to create for the pie chart, and this will be click in OK, go over here, and look good, right? Anyway, that's the problem. Because for the data visualization and the visual effects, I feel like this kind of like gray box will be look not so good with me, and I don't really like it. And even here for the kind of legends of the store, right? The different like classify between the Computech and the Microwork, they are in the different design. And if you click on this, actually just a filter. So if you select not all but like Computech only, so this will show just the Computech. If in case like you want to have both, click on. So it's not with me very kind of important, right? So let's just remove it. So to do that, you can just right click into the box, and you can say like hide the values, right? Okay, and also like hide all the field, right? That's going to be this way. Also, I want to change for the name of the pivot table. Sorry for the chart, right? So I want to change it and say it to be like the sell by store. Okay, the sell by the store, and that's gonna be it. Okay, so now it will be the time for it to just reorganize it and kind of decorate it, right? So it's here. I had to change to the map into this dashboard about the colors. This will be just the preference, but I want to do it like consistent, so I had to change the colors of the chart, right? And also I want to just make this one very like thing, but however the problem will be the legends have been put over here, and that's make all the thing very hard for me to just move the thing, right? So I will change the place of the legend. You can click on the bottom and also like legend, and you see like you have the different option. Here I will just put them into the bottom. Okay, that's very convenient for me to just make the thing into lean and quite a thing to do. Alright, last thing I had to change for the colors of the this one. So I go into the design. Okay, the design bottom in this pivot chart. So you can change the color, and with me I want to just make them really look like this kind of light blue, right? So I'm going and change for the colors and go into blue. Maybe that's just over here, and it look like this one. Okay, so sell for the store, and this can be look quite good now. Now next one I want to create for the pivot table based on the managers. Okay, so For some of you, you can select for all of the data and then you run for the pivot. You insert for another pivot table, and that can make sense. But however, I recommend you guys to just copy this one, okay? And you can do like, if you do like this, you drop this one. As we understand that you want to copy and then drop the new spreadsheet into the play after this spreadsheet. Okay, so I do it one more time. I drop that like this. Okay,
and it makes a copy of that.
Okay, so I just press Control and then I drop it, and it's gonna be over here. So I can create for another one spreadsheet, right? So I say the first one and the second one. I change the name. So that should be the cell by the managers. Okay, sorry about typing. Alright, so now I will just delete for this graph, and with the data instead of using for the first one, this will be by store, but now I don't use it by the store, but the criteria will be like the manager, right? So I drop the store out of the round areas. Okay, so they will return for the sum of the cell for all the things, right? All the data summed together. That's make up to what I already see here, 15,000 15 million. But however, I need to see about the criteria of the manager, right? So I drop it into the round, and you can see like, yeah, it look like we have about 20 something of the all the manager that's running for the cell. However, with me, I don't want to just have all of them, right? Because there are too many. And in this dashboard, so the graph just show up like up to 10 top guy. Okay, so in this case, there are too many, and I don't have enough space in my dashboard to just show up for all the 20 or maybe 100 of the owner managers. So I just select for the top 10. So over here, you can click on, right? And okay, so just right click and then you go into filters and you say top 10. Actually you can change it like top 5 or top like just something. If I say like top 5, this will be so up like this. But however, I want to see about top 10, so I change it into top 10 again, and I see here, right, this will be all the one of the top 10 of the best managers on sale. That's will be displayed over here. For the one who's below, we don't really need to show up them here. Alright, but however, I want to just spread and just sort all the thing into the order of the maximum into the minimum. Okay, so I right click one more time and I do for the sort. You can sort from smallest into largest or from largest into smallest. That's up to you. I prefer to do it like largest is smallest. And here you can see like the champion over here doing for the sale will be like Spencer Lee with about 1,500,000. Wow, that's a lot. Okay, and this will be the time for us to just create for the pivot chart. One more time in the dashboard. Okay, you go into the pivot table dashboard and you go into analyze. Okay, and remember pivot chart. So with over here, I would want to just create for the chart like bar chart, but I want to just show them like in the horizontal. Okay, and I click OK, and you can see over here this could be the one, but however I want to just move them a little bit. I want to just create them, spread them to for them to quite easy to do the same way what I'm doing with the dashboard. Okay, and let's show up for the top one. Unfortunately, one of the problem will be like if you sort all the data from largest to smallest, so the data will be put the largest one in the bottom of the chart, while the other they will be put into the smallest will be in the like top of the chart. So if you sort one more time and change it from smallest to largest, actually it's split up, and I'm not really understanding why. So if you guys have any kind of like recommendation, just let me know how we can solve this problem. Okay, like one more time, I read one more time, like just organize the chart, and I just hide all the few at the bottom chart, Okay, so I have a little bit space, and also I change for the name, right? The name of the chart. So sell by man, sell I put by managers. Okay, alright. And with here, actually for total, I'm not really needed. Okay, so I would just put them like just remove for the legend. Okay, so I have a little bit space.
Right click, rename.
Okay, so now we just have to one more time let's grade it and try transfer into the colors of what we prefer in this dashboard, right? So we go into one more time, put into this one, go into design, and we change for the colors, and one more time I scroll it down up here so it could be more better. Okay, now let's done with the second graph of the sell by managers by the pie chart. One more time I create for this one, I drop control and drop, and I create for a new one. Now it should be the sell by what this one, I would say the category, right? Okay, that's what I remember. So in this chart, yeah, we also have to sell by the categories. So let's just do it. And now one more time we remove for the store, and we need to for by the categories, so we put them into our down here. For the categories we can see like all the things together. Okay, however there be one thing also I will delete for this chart. So with the category like this, right, we're going to just create for this one, and of course I can short the thing or whatever. I'll put the thing into just the alphabet. However, we can do and create for the pivot chart, and I really want to just create for one more time the pivot chart by the bar chart. Okay, and I create this one, and it look like this. However, that's the problem. One of the problem. Okay, because that's over here we have a two different competitor, right? Micro work and what that compute text. So I want to see how the sale of each categories can be different between their two competitor to the main player. So I want to just one more time drop into the store name under their maybe assist. Okay, so if you put like this, oh, it looks not good because they create for another layer of the assist. So you say like accessory, they can be categorized into the different computer how they're doing and macro work how they're doing. If you drop it up, you just change for the order. You can see right here, right, the compute tag compared to the micro work and how the different of them will be put in. However, it's not really make sense, and I want to just make the thing like all the chart or the part next to each other. Okay, for the comparison between how they're doing. If I do like this way, it's not very good. So how I can do it? I put the store into the legend. Alright. So it does make much more sense, right? And you see like with the row level, this will be all the categories, and also column level, this will be the compute tag and the micro work based on the store name. Okay, and the chart look a little bit more comfortable. And I want to move and one more time highlight all the thing I'm doing with the chart. We easily can see the comparison between them, right? Like TV, computer can doing better, printers a little bit better, PC like really the computer they really have the pioneers and they occupy for the most of the market. So in most of case, even like in game, right, computer they could be the one who the main player, and micro work they don't do or any kind of game, and that would be the point. Alright, so the time for us to just create the thing. So now one more time we do for the design, and then we change for the column, and remember to use this one. Okay, so that's gonna be how it look like for the next
Current charts.
Okay, so only the one last thing we had to do would be like add into the title, because for before we also had a server manager or store. We need the title for the chart too, so I put into the asset title, and I want them into where the title should be. Okay, I want them to be over here, and I want to have the title, more option. I want them into what? I don't understand why they cannot display on the top, but I really want to just send them into the top. Yeah, I'm sorry. So I had to put in, and then that should be the chart title. Yeah, and I change it into the cell. Okay, by category. Okay, so that should be what we are doing with, and we can just spread it a little bit. So for the axis, that should be easier for us to understand and see for the values of the coordination. Okay, so now we have the cell by store, cell by the manager, cell by the categories, and we go into just create by the cell by month. Okay, so should be the time for us to create for the cell by month, right? Let's one more time, just control and drop this one to create for a new one. Just copy this one and I change it like cell by. Okay, double click, and then I will say like cell by month, right? And let's just do like that. So one more time we delete this one, and now it should be like the category should not be, right? Instead of that, I put into the month into the row. Okay, and you see like all the things put into month. However, there's a trouble. So if you put into this one, and you see like if you have the kind of like the plus bottom, right? And you click on, you can see like that's be how it put into all the month by the day also. So I don't really need this data, so I remove for the two. In this two layer, I remove for the first layer month. Okay, so all the things just be put into the month only. Okay, now the time for us to create for the chart. One more time, go into analyze and go into pivot chart, and we do it for this one. I would put the other thing by the column like this way, and I say okay. Oh, and it looked quite well. I just remove for all the kind of like bottom on the chart, and it looked very good. Now the time for us to just create for the chart title. Okay, so this will be the cell by month, right? We're doing it now. After when I already get this one, the last thing I have to do will be like change the column into what we are doing, right? With this chart by the compute tag and by the micro word.
Has lots of different ways that.
Okay, so now would be the time for it to when we already have the 4 different charts, so that should be good. And we go into just create for our dashboard, right? We create for a new one, and when we say new worksheet, or we say the dashboard, okay? And that's what we're gonna just do first. So to do and create for the dashboard like this, first of all, you will be better just create for a chart, okay? To create for the chart or kind of a base, right? So first of all, I create for the a base by going to insert, and we go into the save, right? So with the save, I can create for the rectangle. I start my rectangle from here until where I really want to start with. So I think that's this one could be good doing well, okay? And with this one, I think like this would be better for me to change it into not this bright colors, but like black color or whatever you want to say. With me, that black color will be fine. First of all, to do that, I create another one. I insert for a text box, and I create for this one. Maybe with you now, as we cannot see that it dropped. Let's this one, and I create for the dashboard called cell from. Okay, I would say cell dashboard. Okay. From January to June of 2017, and we start it here. Okay, but however, I had to zoom it in, and I would say like I want to just make it big, like this merge. Okay, sorry, this merge, and I want to just click on and create it like this way. Okay, and I drop it. That's gonna be look good with me, but it's up to you about like how you would do it and change it, right? Okay, the thing would be like I don't want just make it this one could be filled with like Y. So I right click and I choose for fill. I say like no fill, and also this could be the then thing. But however, for at this case, so it's very hard to just follow for what I'm writing, right? So I put into the theme of the work would be into Y, and that's gonna be look like this one. Much better now, right? Okay, so the time for me to just create for the other cap step, including yeah, I moved this one a little bit. So about how you organize, how you can decorate for your dashboard, that's totally based on your preference. Okay, so I will not just talk about this one case, but however, when you do that and when you do for the thing like create for what I already say here, right? The chart and also for the slicer, all the thing has to be put into and organized. So the thing I normally do would be like create for another rectangle over here, just meet the requirement about the big like the width of the assignment, okay, until the very end. Okay, I do like this way. So this would be the way for me to ensure that when I create for my pivot chart and I insert for my pivot chart, they will be still not fit into this area, and I can put my slicer over here. Okay, right. So the time for me to just create and copy for the pivot chart. So that's very easy, right? I first of all copy this one, like the cell to start for it. Like you can copy, or you can say Control and C, and you go into the dashboard and you paste it here. Oh, sorry. So first of all, you can drop it them wherever you want. You can come back about them later. Okay. Second, or manage cell for manager, right? I can put it here and copy and paste for the dashboard, and then I move it over here, down here, whatever it could be. Okay, by the categories and also by the manager. That's I put by the manager, right? So now for the by the categories. So by the category that I'm put over here too. Look like by the category they could be more a little bit less. Okay, so I put the manager on the top, the category, and also for the by the story there another side. Okay, and the last one, oh, it looked like I'm have to make it overwhelming. So I will try to make it a little bit smaller, and I spread them up here. Okay, so I can make them very like close to this point, or maybe I go into this point too. Okay, yeah, I make it very long, and this one too. So I try to just put them over here, and I spread them. However, I want to make them like a little bit thinner. Okay, and for the by the store, I want to make them like thinner, flat. Okay. Alright, so that's I already tell you that's all the thing just based totally on your preference. So you want to make what you want, okay? And I spread this one close to this one, okay? The last one, sell by month. I put it over here into the bottom. Okay, and I drop it here. Let's make them a little bit less more, but they spread. Okay, by month. Now sell by month, and all the thing has been now put into there. Be able. Okay. The only thing that I'm going to just have to deal with would be like I feel it's not blend into the background. Okay. So to do that, remember to just put the thing into change the color. So with here we have there. If you put into the chart, right, we have the fill, but I don't want to fill. I say like no fill. The problem will be like now all the thing in this one, right? you have to change the column will be into Y. So that's make the other thing will be more better. Also, we also have the outliner. I don't want to have the outliner. So yeah, it look like it totally need clarity, no of the outliner, and also there's no fill, and it totally blend into the background, and it's look good, right? Okay. The other thing, like also for the cell force, I want to just do it and put them blend. So I say there no outlier and the fill there no fill. Okay, but however, put them all the way into Y. The other also we do it and repeat this part for this kind of like no outliner and so no fill, and we change the color into Y. Last one, this one, right? No outliner, no fill, and also the chart into the white one. Okay, let's make it a little bit smaller. Okay, it looks quite good. Alright, that's more. It looks quite good now. Okay, the only thing that I'm still have to do would be like I had to insert for the slicer and also for all the kind like also for the what I say the legend, right? Because as you see the legends of micro words and compute tech, so most of cake like compute tech they will be micro word will be the dark one, and also compute tech will be the kind of like the lighter one, right? So I will instead of have too many of the legends in the different chart like this, I will create them in from the just one single. So up over here in the kind of in the top of all the thing, right? I create and use for the save, and I create for all the chart. So first of all, I create this one and use the column into the dark one. Okay, but however the set field I want to just put them into very dark like this one. Okay, so another one when I copy and copy and then I paste another one, right? So it's going to be over here, and with the set field instead of very dark I now change it into the brighter one, and it's look like this. Okay, so the dark and the lighter, and now I also create for the text box. Yeah, and you put like this one will be the dark one will be the micro word. Okay, and then you control. Okay, or you just put in, and also like you finish with this one, but I don't want to have the fill, so I have no fill and also no outlier, and I change it into the white one. Okay, the same thing I put and copy and paste this into this one, not the micro word anymore, but this one will be the compute tech. Alright, so we have both of them, right? So now just free for me to just remove for the legend. So here I don't want to have the legend, so I extend for my dartboards a little bit, and so here I remove for the legend, so I don't want to have the legend too. One more time, this one no legend. Okay, it looks quite good right now, right? Okay, so my dashboard almost done, because if I close to what I have already done before, right? So the only thing that I have to do now, we have to insert for some slicer. It's actually just the filters of the dashboard, and when you click on, for example, the compute tech, that just show out all the data of the compute tech only. Okay, so with this one, if we want to just create for the slicer, you click on for of this one, right? And then you go into the analyze, and you click on insert slicer. So actually you can put in whatever, all of the 4 chart, you can click on whatever, and you put on the analyze and put in insert of the slicer. So here I want to show all the thing by the store, by the tile, and also for by the managers, and I put it over here. Okay, so we have three of them here. First of all, the dashboard of the store, I want to just put them over here, and I want to just move the thing and resize the column. The other thing could be like tile. I want to put them down here one more time to it look like this. Okay, and last one I want to put into the managers and down over here. Okay, so that's will be the future. And with this one I can go and change for the slicers, like even for the column. If you click on, you will see like the slicer tool of the option, and you can change the column. Okay, so here I would just change it into the column kind of all the kind of the colors that's similar to what I'm doing with the dashboard. So I use the blue, right, the light blue. This one light blue too, and this one light blue too. I don't really need for the outside dashboard, sorry, the outside base here, because I'm doing it before to just make sure that all the things will be put into the right place, so I can delete them, and those will be look like this. Okay, so how does the only problem would be like now if I click on, for example, just compute tech, you can see, right, they just select all the data of the compute tech only. If you click on Microsoft Word, this will be this one only. The only problem would be like, okay, when you remove this one, the only problem would be like when you select like that, you will have some trouble. So with this point, right, if you click on like that, it just means like it could change only for just one slide only, because with this one, the store tiles and the manager slicer, this will be just only linked with the first chart only, right? So that's the trouble. So how we can change this one? You can select and click on all the, it's one of whatever you want, like in the slicers, right click and you say report connection, and you can see over here, right? So for the pivot table one, right, they just show with cell, they just link with the cell, the categories, the managers, only for the manager only, because at first I click on the self manager chart and I create for the slicer, right? But however, I want to just use them to control for all the 4 slide and all 4 chart. So I click on all the 4 chart, okay, and I say okay. Now if I go into for compute tech, all the 3 of them has been changed. Micro Word, all 3 of them changed. For example, when I change, I just select for one of them, okay, I will do that. If you want to select for more than just one tile, you can select evidence, maybe Bart and Bedford, right? So you click on control and you click on like Bart and you click on like evidence, so you can see like all the 3 have been selected. Alright, I click and clear for the filters. Okay, so I'm almost done with all the charts I have to do with this one. The only thing I want to show you will like after we already create for this chart, right, this interactive dashboard, what happened when we have the new data insert. So you can see easily right here, right, the cell dashboard has been held the data only from January into the June of the 2017. But what happened with the new data be collected? For example, the data of the July 2017 be available, how they can be updated. With the regular send rate, you can feel like, well, it's a little bit scary because you have to do it one more time manually. But because this we already has been introduced with the dashboard and interactive dashboard and the pivot table, so you can create the dashboard and all the data can be automatically updated. So first of all, I will show you. You go into the data and I give you another example when the data of the June, right? July of the 2017 has been available. So now we have approximately about 4,500 more observations being available, and you want to just link them and copy them into the original data of the dashboard. So yeah, it's fine. You select all of them, okay, Control R and Control C for to copy it. Go to the dashboard, go to the end of the data and paste it here. Okay, you can paste this here, whatever it would be. So Control V, all the data has been saved. was, however, for this route is not the data but just the name or the name for the variable, right? So we remove it by just right click and delete it. So now the data has been removed. First, like, the interesting thing will be like, even you don't have to do anything because that the previous table has been created, right? Now they understand that this will be all the new data add in will be just the new data for the table. So now they still be updated and automatically copy into the table. And now we have the new table up to 26,000, approximately 26,000 observation, and the data has been updated. Now let's see if the data has been updated, but because this data has been not done yet, right? So what we're going to just do it. Okay, so now let's come back into the dashboard, and you can see like that's way we can update the data, right? Because of the data, the July of the 2017 has been available and it's been copied, but however it's not updated here simply because we have not done anything yet. So you click on like one of the chart, okay, and you go into the analyze, and you can see the bottom of the refresh here. You right click, sorry, left click, and you can refresh just one or reflect all. I would say I will reflect all, and you can change. You see like by the set the month, right? Just not January, February, March, April, May, and June. What happened with we reflect? Oh, look at this. All the charts have been changed, right? And July's data has been updated one more time. And you can see like how the charts be automatically. So thinking about when you already create for the dashboard like that on your organization, that's help you to update all the things very quick with a few efforts. And this will be all the thing I want to show you, like how with the original data you can create for the dashboard as I already done before. Okay, you can follow for this video and see the record. And I hope that you can enjoy for this dashboard and data visualization on the interactive dashboards of Excel. Thank you so much for your attention. And we will see you in the next video about the tabular data visualization. Thank you.